Good. How are you doing? It's
I'm
nice to see you.
loving it. Well, I'm out here with the Special Forces of Liberty, anti-human trafficking and child exploitation, and we're actually at the base right now, the headquarters, getting ready to set out for a 60-day plus mission where we go over and meet senators, legislative members, Congress members on getting their laws passed for human trafficking and child exploitation and child trafficking and how to get stuff in and out of schools. So it's going to be pretty wild. It's part of the mission, and most of it's general awareness. And I'm going to be coming live to you, the people. We're going to be seeing exactly what your leaders and who you elect and what they actually think about you. They'll be under camera and not even know it. So doing pretty good.
Are you? Where's that? Is that Tennessee or?
No. This is in Alabama. It's an undisclosed area in Alabama. It's at a mansion. It's a mansion lake house, and
it looks
pretty wild.
It looks nice.
Oh yeah,
Really
nice. It's awesome because you can actually see. You behind me, you see the cross. You see that?
Yeah, that's really cool. That is beautiful.
The cross, and then of course out by the lake, beautiful. So yeah, pretty well placed.
So cool.
Yeah, you were stuck in the snow yesterday. I'm surprised you made it.
I was stranded. I was stranded for like 6 hours, or I was in Virginia first because I came from New York. This is a sudden mission that we uptook, and I came from New York and then got stuck in Virginia, and I was stuck for 9.5 hours there on the highway, and then got out of that and got back down into Tennessee and got stuck into about 5.5 hours there. So an 18-hour trip turned into be about a 37-hour trip.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's wild. So
a lot of the girls in the chat are saying you're cute.
Oh God, I get that a lot, and I appreciate that.
I get that.
And you guys, one good way to help everything is you guys support our movie coming out, Predator Hunter Nation 22. It's going to be a badass movie. You get to see action. You get to see it's based on real life. You actually get to see, there's a lot of mystery around me, and I'm starting to come out and talk to people about who I am and what I do and what I've done for years. I've sat on many panels, many Congress, judiciary panels, and talked about human trafficking, child trafficking. And, a lot of people don't know, but I'm the actual operations director for the Special Forces of Liberty and what we do with training and general awareness, So, yeah, so I do a lot. I do a whole lot. And those girls, if they think I'm cute and everything, they can meet our members and everything. We'll be going to different state houses. It's a different state every day. So if we're in your area and hell, y'all want to.
If you want to meet Ernie Shell himself.
No, wait a minute. They know. Wait a minute. They know super chats going on this shit, are they, or nothing like that? So make sure nobody made. Now I gotta make some money out of this now, guys, because I ain't getting paid on this stuff. Nah, I just playing. It's not about the money. So you guys check this out. I'm gonna go do some promotions. It's Make Pedophiles Cry Again t-shirt. It's at Predator Hunter Nation. You guys check those guys out. Get your t-shirts. It's awesome. I guarantee you it stops predators dead in their tracks.
I like that.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get so much shit for coming on this live. I know it. And it's I tell everybody with YouTube content creators, I've just started out and I've got like 600-700, maybe something like that subscribers. I've only done it about a month. I've not been putting nothing out. They're like, well, we got to start getting stuff out. I'm like, start explaining to who you are. Kind of like mysteryize it up. So I'm like, okay, I got the perfect idea. So I got involved with the Summer Wells case. And a guy, dang, Don, them, and all of them, that they hate my guts. I know they do. And other people hate my guts. But, here's the fact of the matter is you got to do it for the right reasons. And the right reasons is right there. And you got to do it for, you the people, but most importantly, your children. Because it's not child predators are not after us. They're after your children. And, we're going to die soon enough. What happens? What are we going to leave behind to our kids? What's going to happen? Their kids, that's the fact of the matter is.
So do you have a thought of what happened to Summer then, since you've been
she's been child trafficked.
You believe that?
Yeah, I believe that 100%. I believe that 100%. The signs and symbols, the codes, the keys, the way they use it, the color codes, everything they did. A lot of people don't understand what color codes even is. Even with the red barrel for sale, the red barrel being red, the writing being white, in the rain, dancing in the rainfall, that's a pedophilia symbol. It's a pedophilia sign. People don't understand that because they don't know what to look for. If you don't know what to look for, how do you hunt that down? How do you even know, it's around us and we don't even know it. We see it every day, but you guys don't even know it because you don't know what to look for. And again, if I hadn't had this other obligations, this operation we took up on, the 60-day plus mission that actually starts tomorrow, and that we're actually down here trying to get our mindset because this is a military operation. We do report to the Joint Chief of Staff on this. So, yes, I would have gladly, joined the protest, even though I didn't know what the hell it was, just because of what it stood for and what the cause was. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
That's how much I know about the deal. I'll be there. I'm actually going through Dallas, Texas to handle a little bit of a business. Plano, Texas, as a matter of fact.
LA Leggett would like to know when.
Keep an idea what I said. Check this out. Listen, ladies. I'll be in Plano, Texas. I got to handle a little business from a YouTuber.
There you go, Leggett.
I'm also trying to promote my YouTube channel now. If you could do that, it would be awesome. Because it is general awareness for the parents and grandparents, and
is it Ernest Shell what is it called?
It's Operation Rescue Our Children.
Operation Rescue. Okay.
Our children.
All right.
And then I appreciate that. That means a lot because I'm not charging nothing for general awareness. I won't do that, as I think that every parent and grandparent should know that and should know the updated skills on how child traffickers and child predators prey on their children. I mean, that's the main number one goal. If I hadn't, and this is, people call me scam artist and stuff like that and fraud. If I hadn't ever worked, or we hadn't ever worked with Department of Homeland Security, me just saying that I have would automatically bring me into federal investigation and saying whatever. But we have with these child predator investigations. We've worked with Department of Homeland Security. We've worked with different law enforcement agencies. So, that right there puts an end to that because I've already had my conversations with the FBI, the DHS agents, and and it's ridiculous, and especially when they see that you're really true and who you are, because not anybody can just sit up here and spit this stuff out about what general awareness is. I don't have a teleprompter nowhere. I don't have nobody sitting there holding the sign saying, say this right now. I don't have that. So this is from the heart. This is from experience, what I've done. Oh. And it's coming out, and I'm letting it come out slowly, but it's coming out. And people will find out. Not everybody in life.
Have you seen the signs of following young women for trafficking in the state of Kentucky by marking the cars and following the women?
Yes, like 1F, 1B. There's different ways they do it. Like they'll put like 1F, 1B on it, and that's for other traffickers or anybody that's in with that to let them know. There'll be someone who marks it. Well, we call them hawks. I like to call them hawks. That's the people who watch out, who make sure everything's clear. Because remember, they train too. They have to train in order to find you unaware. Most women, when they come out of Walmart or anywhere else, they've got their phone in their hand and their purse on their shoulder. And usually the purse is either heavy or whatever. And they're sitting there throwing it over the shoulder and everything. But they're mostly looking like this right here. And they're sitting here, or they're talking to someone. They're unaware. That's what that's what human traffickers obviously look for, because they obviously look for people who are unaware. And then, of course, they'll put something on top of your car, or put something in when you get in, you're not looking and you see it, because when you sit in the front seat, you automatically sit in the windshield. You'll get back out. Once you get back out, well, that's what they want you to do. You've automatically left your car door open. You left your keys in the car or whatever, that's a fact. We got one right now who's he tried to kidnap a 3-year-old child, and he ran the kid back up the hill to where his mother and her boyfriend was at, and her boyfriend was going to whip the dude. And then he offered him $1,000. Okay, obviously they called the police. On the way down, he picked up another kid who was 16, and he was going to Taco Bell for his first job. And he's like, "I'll give you a ride. Come on, get on in." So he gets in. He gets in the vehicle with him, and he passes Taco Bell up. And the kid's like, "Whoa, you passed it up." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm taking you back home, or I'm taking you somewhere so I can, have sex with you." And then it's like, no. So the next lie, the kid jumps out, runs up the hill, and runs around and tries to find this place for security and for safety. And this woman sees this kid running, this man after her, and she's scared, so she locks the door. So the next door neighbor, he's actually out working in his garage. The kid runs by there, and then of course the neighbor protects the kid, and then he calls the police on him. Well, the next day later, maybe a week later, they're looking for this guy because they don't know who he is. And he goes over to another town, another place in town, and he picks up this transsexual person. And obviously he used a filter on the internet, so he didn't look nothing like it. And but the guy's in the car and he's having second thoughts about even having sex and everything. So this is the funniest shit ever. So he's like, okay, I give up. We'll just stop here and we'll finish the deed. And he's like, okay. So the child predator takes his pants off and gets out of the car to go around. Meanwhile, he leaves his car running. So the transsexual or the trans person, transgender, I don't know, whatever you want to say, they jump over into the passenger or into the driver's seat and takes off and leaves him without his pants. The man has to go to the sheriff's department, walk to the sheriff's department without no pants. You can imagine how that went. And then, of course, after that, they arrest him, and then everything comes in, and then everything else comes in and hits him, and now he's in a prison in Florida, but he's trying to plead insanity and get out of all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, we deal with mostly, and to be honest with you, like these child predator stings that's online that we do, we deal with mostly people that's, I mean, you can pretty much tell. And a lot of people say, well, you're entrapping people. Here's the fact of the matter is these things we do online, sometimes we don't even put a profile picture up. We don't put nothing on the profile. They just see that it's new people that's in the group or in the chat, and they automatically, wow. Even with Chris Hansen, when Chris Hansen was doing the Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen endorsed me. I don't know if you guys have seen them. You guys seen photos of where they're showing on the inside of Don's wall and you can see a hand? Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Really?
No, I don't think
What?
so.
Oh my God. I've got photos, and like I said, I get thousands of messages. I get thousands. Well, we get hundreds of tips. But
Probably
I've got
porn
photos.
messages.
Huh?
Probably porn you get.
No, not really. I mean, it's mostly cases.
I'm teasing with him. I'm teasing with
I know.
him.
But literally, there's photos someone sent me, and I'll have to go back through it. I'm going to post these photos. I've never really thought about it that much because you get so many things that's fake. And then even when talking with TBI people will tell you, they get so many things that's just like, good God, far-fetched. I mean, they've even got things out there that I know that they said the aliens abducted Summer. So, I mean, and then there's actually somebody reported that Bigfoot ran off in the woods with her. Literally reported that. So having that, I know they have to investigate every single thing. And, so with Predator Hunter Nation, I mean, for some of the things we do, I mean, we have a pretty huge following around towns, but, people all the time report stuff to us, and some of them is actually legit, but there were some photos that came in that I was looking at, and they was like, please search this. And it was just like a few days ago. And I just kind of breezed by it but I've seen it. And now I didn't know nothing about the case about some of the wells, but now that that's happening, I think I'm going to turn these photos in and turn them over. But it showed a little child's hand inside the wall, like there's a space. So I think that might need to be looked at. But like I didn't know nothing about the wall thing. See, I never heard, and like I said, I'm not familiar with this case at all, only from what I see from the outside of it. Like if I was really wanting to take and investigate this case and do it like we would do for a detective when I was a detective and when I was in a private investigation, I would took this case and formed an outline with it. Of course, I would have taken the agents that's working on it now back off the case, put fresh eyes on it, and start from the beginning. That's what you'd have to do that.
As far as
Did you-
kindergarten goes.
Did you know, guys, that Candace actually made a report on me? Did you all know that?
What?
She made a report on you.
Yeah, they actually tried to say that I was the one that got Summer Wells. I've never been around the area.
Are you
Literally.
shitting me?
No. There's a video out there.
If she was with you, she'd be safe. So, yeah.
No, the hell no, she wouldn't either. She'd be out in the river somewhere trying to float.
Summer?
No, I'm talking about Candace. I thought you
No,
talking
I
about
was
that.
saying,
No.
I thought you
If
said
Summer,
that.
if Summer was with, if I knew
she
where
would be
Summer was
safe.
at, I'll tell you
Yes.
how fast. If we knew where Summer was at exactly, I'm going to say this right here, exactly, we could have a team in a matter of minutes, literally an extraction team with even the de facto attorney general's office, and we could, with the special forces of liberty, we could come up with a team so fast that was made of former military.
She's already been
specialists.
on here before many times, Susan.
Right. I mean, it could be done so fast. I mean, it wouldn't even be 30 seconds in and out, literally. But here's the fact of the matter is, there was a video that Candace put out about, you remember when she said that somebody had came and got Don, that he had been arrested. You all remember that?
Yeah.
Well, in that same one, she's like talking about me and Predator Hunter Nation. She's like, storm the Capitol. They make the video out and they let that little voice clip of her out. Ernest Shell was a January 6th. He was part of this. He was part of that. Nobody knows that there's a big deal about that. I've already been questioned like, oh my good God, I can't even remember how many times I've been questioned about that. But anyways, for her to take that initiative and bring me into that world of Summer Wells, I knew for one thing that I was on to something for what I put out already on her and Don, because all we actually did is one of Don Wells' people he went to school with had set up an interview with us, and we drove all the way to that area, and then all of a sudden him canceled, but he wasn't the one that canceled, and I found that out through the setup video that they did with Benny Keys and Sure canceled that video.
Okay.
Sure has something coming, and it's not something she wants. I'll just say that. I have something very deeply against her for what she said, personal about what we're doing with Saving Children and what we're doing with her new movie coming out. So Sure is not, and here's the fact of the matter is, her group on Facebook, I had added that group, and I can actually show you the screenshots. And I know she's got like a lot of people that goes into it and everything. But as soon as I put that video up about Benny and I mentioned Sure in there, immediately, 1 minute after, I took a screenshot. 1 minute after that, she was wanting to ask questions about allowing me into the group. And so what I did is, so they send me this question thing, and I'm filling it out, and I'm like, hey, Sure, why now? Why do you want to talk now for? See, what people don't understand is Sure, back when she thought okay, let me say this the right way. When she thought we were law enforcement, she thought we was. So she was going to turn Don in. I had the screenshot, or I had the messages in, and she deleted her whole Facebook account and her messenger and started over again. This is a fact. And we had her because she's like, yeah, we'll tell you anything you want. Right there told me that, at least she knew what was going on. And then that's where I started putting stuff together. And then, of course, more people followed. And that whole ring with it, that connection with them, I can tell you who the players are. And even the law enforcement we discussed this with are like, dude, you're right. You're right on track. And we just need that final missing piece in that puzzle. When we put this movie out there, and there's millions of people that, there, then they're going to be like thinking like, because they're all going to come back to me. They're going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want nothing to do with those people. I know who those people are. I know what their affiliations are. That's the key thing of it. You'll see me all the time hold number one up. And there are certain people who, before I go on to any chat or any kind of pod, I let them know where I'm at. I let them know what I'm doing. That way they can also come in and look around to see if the players are actually attending. Because we know when you throw that line out there, it's just a line. What people get tangled up in it, when they start getting tangled up, and then you just barely pull that line. They're in the water.
What is your movie about? I mean, what is it that's so captivating about your movie? I just need to know. I mean, I don't know. I've never heard this.
Well, we're actually shooting it right now. We've shot probably we probably got like 80 or 90 hours of footage, and we're just putting stuff together. This is a documentation. I play a special agent, and pretty much I give up the game to try to help this little girl who was trafficked, and then pretty much we go through and we're trying to find out this big child trafficking ring, and we break.
So it's a movie. It's a movie.
Here's something else. It's never before been done. It's going to be like a documentary style movie. We have to put there's action in it. There's comedy. It's just everything rolled up into one. I want to do stuff that's never before been done. I don't want to just do a documentary, put a documentary out there. I want to do something that grabs the audience's attention and it keeps them for the whole hour and a half long.
Gotcha. Well, Benny's saying he's going to be part of a movie too. So
Yeah, it's called Cell Block Sisters '94.
I know, right? I kind of thought that too. I kind of get it. I kind of wonder if it was going to be on 90 Days In. I mean,
Well, Benny's movie, here's the thing about it, people who prey on others. I mean, a predator is defined as people who prey on other people. Benny's a predator. Benny, if he don't get his way, he threatens. I seen him call people up on the phone. Hell, he called law enforcement when I was digging, when I was out digging, trying to find this child predator and see if somebody had said that they picked up bones or something. One of his members in the family said that. So we had a team out there and we was digging, and Benny found that out. He called every damn state, every police, every freaking thing he could do. He was listening to people in chat. It's in Tennessee. He was calling Tennessee live on this. And then he called Corbin, Kentucky. Then he called just everywhere he called. And finally he got the right one. And I was sitting there, and I was sitting right across from the police, and we was laughing our asses off at him. And it was so funny because they was reporting it in. He about had the damn SWAT team called out. And then he says, sir, don't you want the glory of finding this little girl dead body? Don't you want that glory? And then the police officer was sitting there like, well, if he finds it, or whatever, it's him, but good God, they were sitting there. My phone was ringing off the hook. I had captains, I had sergeants, and I was like, and I'd already had permission to do all this. But
this
Benny
was
took
summer. Was this summer?
No, this is not Summer Wells. This is another case in Kentucky. This is in Kentucky.
Okay,
but
thank you.
He thought it was summer. He thought it was summer. Or no, he tried to make his audience think that it was summer, and he was going on about it. In reality, and I'm going on record saying this, Benny Keys knows about Summer Wells. He knows more than what he's saying. There's more to Benny Keys than meets the eye.
Well, so does Cher.
Cher knows too. Cher's already admitted to us. Cher's already admitted to us. She was wanting to meet. She was wanting to make an agreement where she makes an apology and she says this and that, and we was talking. And then, of course, the trolls started hitting her, and then she got with them. I'm not done with Cher or her husband, Prairie Dog, or whatever the fuck his name is.
Ernie, let me ask you this. What do you think about Josie or Jody Sue?
I don't think that's a player. I don't think it's a player in the game. I don't think that. So I don't even look at that. I only look at players. People I think.
You don't think Jody Sue's a player, or Andy, her husband? I mean, her ex.
Maybe an accomplice. But I don't think that they're actual people of that can actually give direct answers. I know some people who can, who slip out a lot, and they give direct answers, and they don't understand. That's why they delete their videos and delete their
What about Allie? What do you think about Allie?
I don't think. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about the main people who are connected to Don, who are in it for the reasons he's in it, with drugs, money, and all this money where it's coming from. That's what I'm focusing on. I'm also looking at the places where they live at and what's exactly around their area, what goes on. I'm looking at the child trafficking cases around the areas that they're located in Texas, the areas in Texas. I have ranger friends in Texas who are looking at the same thing, that any given moment of time that we talk to each other, and they're like, hey, look, this is what's going on here. 45-mile radius within this. We're looking at this. That's why I'm saying, I'm going to go on and say this. I'm thinking that, I'm thinking Summer's being held in Texas. I'm going to say that. I'm just going to go say that. I may regret that later for putting that out there, but I'm going to say it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought there was a thing about Mexico. Don kept saying Mexico, Mexico, Mexico.
Well, I'm thinking she's not in Mexico. She's in Texas. She's in the crop right before you get to the border. That's what I'm saying. And I've already turned all this in. I've turned so much stuff
Brownsville, like Brownsville, like down in that area.
I don't have a town right just yet. I mean, we've actually had people who are looking for us. Let me just say this. There's a connection that we established back years ago. And I'll tell you about this connection. It's called the Fugitive Recovery Agency Network. There's about 2,000 or 3,000 people on there. They're all agents. They're licensed bonding officials. What we would do with fugitives when I'd be in Tennessee and then I'd have a fugitive out in California, we would make that call and we'd reach out. So I'd get on the internet. I'd get on Facebook, the group, and I would be like, who's on in California? Within minutes, seconds, minutes.
somebody would say, "Hey, bro, I got you. What do you need? What part? What area?" "Well, I need San Bernardino, California." "Okay, I'm about 20 minutes from it. Hey, can you do a spot check for me?" "Yeah, sure, bro, sure." And then, of course, I'd have to send that information, usually the warrant showing that it's official, that it's an official warrant, and that it is active warrant. And then, of course, I would send it to them, their bonding company or whatever company they work for, if it was a private or even privatized is in these groups. And then they would do a 20-minute run, like a spot check. And then, of course, if that person was there, they would make the arrest under California, and under their jurisdiction and under their bonding company and their license. They'd make that arrest, and then we would arrange for extradition and how we could actually extradite that person back into Tennessee. And then, of course, we'd use other agencies with it. And then, of course, we would help with the money. So that was a real big help, because when you put people out there on the road actually looking, and you're paying, hotel expenses, you're paying your manpower, So look, so if we can do that with fugitives who don't want to be found, imagine what we can do with children who would love to be found.
Ernie, are you from Tennessee? Is that what you're saying?
Originally, I'm from Kentucky, but I'm in the Tennessee-Kentucky area.
Okay. And I'm glad that you made it up here, because it's nice to get to know you and to hear your philosophy and what you want out of this and what you're looking
because
for.
We're on a 60+ day mission every day, state to state. This is going to kill me out. I know it is. I've done this once before, and good God Almighty. And we're looking at 14-hour plus days, and then we got to drive to the next state house, where we're going to meet representatives, Congress members, and governors, and people are going to see that, and it's going to be on will be on my channel, and they're going to be like, "What in the fuck does this guy do? What does this guy do?" Because we're passing these laws that for children, child trafficking, and people actually see, because I'm actually putting the effort out there. I'm applying myself. These other yahoos and people, they're behind their computer screens, not doing shit at all. Only thing they're doing is killing their own subscribers. When you make videos and you keep making the videos about the same damn person, like I told you a while ago, I'm the only person I know on YouTube who could actually miss their own live and check it out on 5 other YouTubers' channels.
And Ziggy is like putting the platform out there, which is amazing. I mean,
awesome.
I love that. Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you, Ziggy. Because I'm telling you, I wouldn't have even met him before. I would not have even met him. I mean, I couldn't even get anybody to say his name or his channel or anything. So thank you.
But you have to understand, there's a reason they won't want my name mentioned. There's a reason.
I know.
Because you'll see us day by day going to different state houses, meeting with the governor, taking photos, doing all this stuff that, that proves that we are the real people. We are making these laws happen. And, it may not happen, I might not see nothing out of it financially, because I'm not getting paid a dime for this. I'm leaving my home. I'm leaving my comfortability in New York. I'm leaving my career right now, because this is the Special Forces of Liberty last stand. And, this is the last thing I'm doing. After that, I'm going to find me a wife. I'm going to find me some kids. I'm going to find me a desert island somewhere. This is controlling the narrative. Watch this. I'm going to go on the record to officially say this now. Watch arrest be made here soon. Okay. I'm going to say that, and watch it pertain to possibly some YouTubers. How's that? You like that?
Ernie, stop it.
You like that?
Yeah, I love it, but stop it.
I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to say there's going to be a connection somewhere along the lines of people who stepped out of bounds, and then they can't get back in bounds. And the people who did this wasn't counting on Summer Wells being viral like it went. Now that the money situation is going up, and it keeps going up, you watch what happens. But I'm saying this too, they got too comfortable, and they let a certain bunch of things slip that they should have never let slip. When you're in bed with different YouTubers and you're friends one minute, you're not friends the next, you're slapping the hell out of this and you're slapping the hell out of that, and you're fighting and all this bullshit drama, you have to remember one thing. You talk to other people. Loose lips, that information gets back to people.
Yep.
Some people, you never want that information to get back to, because they have those networks and they have those connections, and they're affiliated with more than you'll ever know. That's all I'm going to say. Much respect.
Right.
You guys support us, support Operation Rescue Our Children, what we're doing. You'll see in the next 60 plus day, this operation. This is a military style operation, as we do report to the Joint Chief of Staff.